A couple tier maker videos ago, I did the worst drugs to come off of, drugs that weren't drugs, porn, social media, video games. Caught tons of traction, conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm throwing up there the worst cities right now for drugs, crime. I'm basing this off of drug use. The cities who have blocks of homeless camps, AKA drug camps. I've been in these camps. Nobody belongs there. Let's get into this tier maker. Worst cities. I went with sports logos because it's just the easiest. Ego, pride. One of the biggest things about recovery before I get into this tier maker list is we're always afraid that we're gonna lose everything if we go to detox. I used to always think, oh my God, I gotta go to rehab. What are my parents gonna, what are your kids gonna think if you keep using? We've gotta stop people from dying from these drugs. Fentanyl, guys. Fentanyl. This is all about the cities. Top tier, overdose, epidemic capitals. Second, homeless, overdose, disaster zones. Third would be under the radar ODs. And then the fourth is emerging or improving, but still really rough neighborhoods. Those who are old enough, who have ever watched The Wire. This is when I first figured out that drug dealers or drug operations had cornermen just changing re-up spots. Then you had to watch out for guys that would knock up the re-up guys. Crazy. But Baltimore, Maryland would be your heroin, fentanyl, crack capital of America. Baltimore is crazy. The overdose rate is right around 174 per 100,000. 10% of the residents are addicted to heroin or opiates or fentanyl. 1 out of every 10 people you see in Baltimore is hooked on opiates. The Penn North neighborhood, just this summer, 27 non-fatal overdoses. One of my best friends is a first responder, and not in a crazy city, but every call he gets is still overdoses. At this point, they're like overdose units. Number 2, Philadelphia. I watched a video of a girl laying on a sidewalk, Kensington. This is how vile and disgusting addiction can be. She was laying down, covered in flies. The power of addiction. I guarantee you, deep down inside, she's not okay with it. Laying on that sidewalk, xylazine, fentanyl, flies all over her. Not for nothing. Kensington, Philly, open air drug market. We've all seen the videos of people going up and down, and it literally looks like The Walking Dead. I've been there. I wanted to save everybody. Can't do it though, man. You can't do it. The Hub in the Bronx. I did drive through the Hub. The amount of drug use in the open is nuts. You could show up and get high in 2 seconds without knowing anybody. The Tenderloin. The Tenderloin is in San Francisco, still a famous district, but back in the day, it was super famous. You know, the Tenderloin, people, so many smash and grabs. Imagine going to work and just leaving your car windows open and empty so that you could show people, hey, there's nothing in here. F you, I don't want my windows smashed. In the last couple years, over 200 pounds of fentanyl seized in the Tenderloin district. It's a lot of drugs. It's a lot of death. Skid Row. Classic. Skid Row is a community. My company, one of its partners is the Dream Center. The Dream Center is a monstrous facility right there in the heart of LA. They do a ton of work with people from Skid Row. They've gotten a lot of people off and healthy from there. It's just a wonderful place. If you're ever down there, go shout out Pastor Matthew. You are the man. You do God's work. I wish to be like you one day when it comes to giving back the way you do. This is the last one I'm going to put up here. This is New York too. Now, my buddy was out in Colorado. He flew me out to Colorado from Connecticut. We said to ourselves, there's one place that we cannot stop. Like, we have to get gas. And there was only one place we marked, and it was St. Louis. Where do you think we stopped? Smack dab worst place. I probably saw 15 drug deals go down in 47 seconds. By the time I was done filling the tank, half the town had copped. St. Louis is crazy, man. Tons and tons and tons of death from opioids. A lot of crime. Obviously, guys, with drugs comes crime. Tier 2. Shout out Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle, Washington. Seattle, Washington. I had a sponsee fly to Seattle to see his mom. Never came back. I didn't want him to go. He was halfway through the first step. It's crazy out there because the West Coast is just different than East Coast. when it comes to the legality stuff. Detroit, Michigan. In Detroit, there are a couple statistics of certain things you don't want to say out loud that they're the highest. Scumbags. There are a lot of people that deserve a special place in hell. Let's go Chicago. Chicago is a little bit worse for crime. It's not like open air drug market. Boston, Massachusetts. I used to have a territory out in Boston. When I was out there, I was actually still struggling 10 years ago. I was struggling mentally, and I would catch myself driving around and my head, let's get high, right? Doing so good. You got 6 months, Michael. Hey, check your key tag before you get high. Call your sponsor. When your head is going nuts and you're starting to salivate, it's hard to cope. It's hard to call yourself out. Thankfully, being sick and tired of being sick and tired, we got it done. Now, Boston, we were up there for a Red Sox game, and I decided to take my kids and show them where all the tents are and everything. Hey, kids, just don't do what your dad did, right? We saw someone just get stabbed up 50 times. Crazy. If you like this content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow button. Let's grow a community. I want to hear comments. I want to hear the worst cities. I want to hear stories. I want to hear triumphs. People want to feel that triumph. Keep them coming. Let's get it. Cleveland, Cincinnati, just Ohio as a whole. Ohio is one of those original states loaded with opiates. They said doctors prescribed enough opiates in Ohio that every single person of that state could have gotten like 3 scripts filled or something. I don't know what that was, but I know it was a lot. Cleveland's up there too, obviously. The rest of these guys, Vegas can go right here. Vegas it's another planet, man. Top tier is all heavily focused on like, you can just walk outside and get freaking drugs wherever you want. You can do that in Vegas, but you've also got like underground freaking communities. The temptations in Vegas are more than just shooting dope. You've got prostitution, gambling, you've got it all. It's like in its own little category. Milwaukee, Oakland, I would say Pittsburgh's right here. Memphis, Tennessee, they say it's bad. Wichita, Kansas, under the radar. Now, AZ, Oklahoma, New Orleans, here we go. I knew I was missing one. Albuquerque, New Mexico, the meth major cities, worst places to be. I've got some really good content lined up. My sister and I are starting a podcast. My sister is a licensed clinical therapist when it comes to all of that stuff. And we're going to have guests. We're going to have stories. We're going to have gratitude. And we're going to have the ability to spread some freaking knowledge and truth and stories to addicts in recovery, addicts in active addiction, so that they can get better. You want to know why? Because I'm on the best drug ever right now. The drug of recovery, there's nothing like it. And I hope you guys stuck around to catch that part. I want you guys to feel the drug of recovery, because waking up every day knowing that I don't have to go cop to feel good is so much better than feeling like I'm going to die, sweating, hating life, no energy, no money. I've got no gas, nothing else to pawn. I've got nobody else to borrow from. It's hell, but recovery is heaven. I promise you that. Fuck fentanyl. I made this hoodie, by the way. Anyways, that's the list, guys. Give me your stories. Share some stuff here about what has gone on in these cities. What have you seen? What's happened? Are some of them getting better? Are some of them getting worse? Are there any that we're missing? Drugs. It's a terrible place out there. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you're struggling, my number is right there. Hit me up. Text me. Texting is the fastest way for me to respond to you. I'm either on the phone with a client, changing a diaper, or coaching. Just because you got it doesn't mean you got it. You know, drugs, alcohol, people just live in their own little bubbles. It is nasty out there. If you're out there right now and you are struggling with mental health, addiction, if you're struggling with anything at all, it is okay, first and foremost, talk to someone you trust. Confide. Talk to someone that you don't know, but you know that they've been through that type of thing, because they're going to understand. I promise you that. Again, over the last week, gotten a couple people to detox. That is the greatest feeling ever. Whether they do the work afterwards or not, that is on them. Getting them there is a huge step. It was a pain to get me there. I live on the East Coast, been to Philly, Baltimore, obviously been to New York, been to Boston. I'm smack dab in the middle of Boston and New York. I'm 2 hours to each. We have dropped a ton of donations in my story when I was in detox. Somebody gave me fresh drawers, fresh t-shirt, fresh socks, and I put it on. I felt like I had hope again. It was like Christmas freaking morning. Everybody deserves a shot to thrive. And this is what Timeless is going to bring to people, opportunities for drug addicts, people in recovery to thrive. I love you guys. Be safe. Be safe. Please be safe. I'll see you next week.